What's up guys, Kelvin here, and today's video I'm going to focus on showing you what I use for my CCIE security. So for my CCIE security, I've not yet passed my CCIE security. I had my first written attempt back in January, just after the new year, which wasn't a good time, you know, being that it just been Christmas and normally out with family and friends celebrating, drinking, etc. So I had to somehow find a way to study before Christmas alongside working, and also after the Christmas period had finished I then had to pick up where I left off, ready for my exam and make sure that I was as ready as could be at the time. Unfortunately I missed out by I think I failed the exam by 70 points, so I mean it wasn't too bad considering you know, the Christmas period, etc. But yeah, I suppose it is what it is. Sorry, I was just looking at my lab equipment then. Yeah, anyway, so the purpose, like I say, is to show you what I use for my lab equipment. On screen now you can see what is the recommended virtual equipment and physical equipment for those that are going for the CCIE security. So yeah, do take note of that. I've tried my best to get as much of the equipment as I could and some additional bits and pieces that I feel is relevant for me to continue my studies with CCIE security and you know, other certifications, i.e. the CCIE routing and switching, or you know, whatever else. So I am going to show you the physical side of things. You've just seen there the virtual side of things. Just before I go into actually showing you the physical equipment that I have, it's worth mentioning that the virtual equipment, most of it, or if not all of it, I do have virtualized now. So in order for me to be able to do that, I custom built a PC that has, you know, a ton of RAM and a good CPU, and I can run the virtual instances within a virtual environment and link it up to the physical equipment that I've got now. And the way that I do that is I actually have on the edge of my network, I've got a DMZ where I can have my own lab environment, which is separate from my internal network. So that's kind of how I do it. So without further ado, let's check out my physical equipment. So this is my physical equipment. I have a couple of IP phones, as you can see here. Yeah, they've got a little bit of dust on, you'll have to ignore that. I have a small business switch, which is a SG250. It's got, you know, 10 ports there, and that's quite a good switch actually. And it has a port on the end there for an SFP, or two in fact, if you have SFPs. So that's a good switch. Now this isn't required for your CCIE security. However, you know, as I say, I did get a few additional things that, you know, I feel are relevant to my studies and what I'm trying to achieve. So there you have it. Again, with the phones, with the IP phones, there are, as I showed you on the recommended list from previously on this video, there is different versions, or a version of a recommended phone that you should get. Let me just shut that. So yeah, do bear that in mind. Now, moving on further down, I have some firewalls. So I've got a pair of 5512Xs with firepower, These are, in my opinion, really good firewalls for what you need to study for, or for what you need for the CCIE security. So these are two 5512X ASAs with firepower. And then further down, I also have a pair of ASA 5505Xs, again with firepower. They're just a smaller box really compared to the 5512s. And I have, look at that, the old Cisco Systems logo, all rugged and beat up now, but it still works, still in good condition. I have a Cisco 2500 series terminal server, which is quite good for connecting to all the devices, so you're not unplugging and plugging in cables to each device when you want to connect. So this can save a lot of time. So I do recommend this isn't on the list, or a terminal server isn't on the list of the CCIE security recommended equipment, but I do recommend this because it saves you time moving cables, etc. And then moving further down, I have a 3750X switch, and this is using SFPs. I've got a black module slot there, but I have not populated that one yet. I've not put a netmod in that. Further down I have, I'll show you that after. So yeah, this is the 3550X switch. I got this for the to do 8021X, all that sort of stuff. I believe it also does yeah, so it'll do pretty much, yeah, 8021X. It'll do all the port security stuff that you need. It should do TrustSec, I believe it'll do. So yeah, I got this switch for pretty much all that, and I believe all the switches that I have, in fact, in my stack here will have these capabilities. So further down, I don't know if you can see, if I just further down, I have a slightly older switch, and this is the 3560 power over Ethernet switch, and I put an additional 1 gig network module there on the end, 4 ports. Not that I'll ever use it, but yeah, I've just put that in there, gigabit modules. And again, this has the capabilities of doing all the security based things that I need to do for the CCIE security, or at least what's on the blueprint. And further down, again, I've got 2 of the same switches now. So I've got the 3750X series, but as you can see, they're not using SFPs. One's got an additional 1 gig network module in as well, and the other's just got a blank plate there. And you can see that these are the 48 port ones, and they're using standard network modules. They're not using the ones that require the SFPs, because you need to buy, with this one, you need to buy the additional SFPs, which are these, and they plug in, yeah, they plug in like that. So yeah, that's my rack so far, and I believe I have enough there to keep me going. Obviously the ASAs are used for the security related perimeter firewalling stuff, etc., VPNs, all that sort of stuff, so that's good. You've probably noticed I don't have any routers, because I feel at the moment I don't need any routers. I can virtualize what I need at the moment. So if I need like CSR, I can get like a virtual CSR, etc. So I don't need them at the minute. I do want to get a wireless LAN controller, but at the minute I've not come across one. So when I come across one, I will get one, but for the time being I do have a Cisco virtual wireless LAN controller that I can use, and I also have access points in front of me that I can link physical to them. So they're the access points here. So one's a bit battered and that's the other one. So if we just look on the back here, so we can see that this is a 1602E with K9 security features, wireless access point. And I also have, just turn this one around, and there we go, got wireless access point 37.1. So they're the two access points that I have that I feel are quite relevant for CCIE security stuff. And yeah, that's all I have at the moment. As I say, the rest of the stuff are pretty much virtual that I'm using at the moment. The switches that I have are obviously layer 3 capable, so I can actually use them as routers if required. I've got 4 of them, so I believe that's more than enough for what I need at the moment to do what I need to do for the CCIE security, or at least what's required on the blueprint. And as I say, virtual stuff, I can then link things up virtually and to my physical equipment. So I normally tend to use GNS3. For those that have subscribed already on my YouTube channel, you probably have seen me use GNS3 quite a lot. And yeah, so what I tend to do is build up a virtual topology within there, and then I'll link it to my physical network and get it all connected up via my DMZ that I've got going on. And then yeah, I can lab away then and everything works fine. So yeah, I hope you've liked this video. I'm not going to discuss the cost of this equipment as a whole, because yeah, it's quite the slightly newer kit is quite expensive. It's not all required. As I say, the kit lists that I showed at the start of the video, if you can just chip away at the necessary things that you need physically and then get the rest virtually, you can save yourself a lot of money. By all means, if you want to go out and purchase the physical equipment, you can do so. Places like Amazon, you know, eBay, all the other sites like that will have kit available. You need to make sure that you're running the recommended versions so that you can make use of features, certain capabilities. So yeah, I mean, I'll put a list of what I have in the description below. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and feel free to also share with me if you guys are also going for your CCIE security already or have already done it. Please feel free to share your tips, your methods, how you you know, went for the exam, how you felt doing the exams, the written and the lab. Or if you're just embarking on the journey as well and you've got lab equipment already, or you're looking at picking up lab equipment, you know, again, reach out and let the community know. Let us all know what, you know, what you've got, what you're using, what works, what doesn't work, and let's get it together, you know. So yeah, again, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll finish off by shouting out to the #LabEveryday community, doing big things, learning together, motivating one another. So keep it up, keep it going. I like that. Thank you for watching.